Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
So I'm transitioning from, in my car right now as I'm doing this little podcast, is the No Comfort Zone podcast, helping you live life on purpose, right? So I'm getting ready to do this transition from point A, my car, to my business, and I'm getting myself ready for the day, framing how my day is going to go, and I'm transitioning, getting rid of all the stuff that's, that I'm holding on to, and getting rid of it so that I can be the person I need to be to handle the problems, to inspire and motivate and hope, help, and all that other stuff, the people and customers that I'm going to be in with in a moment. And it's kind of a big deal because it's not a place you can go in that, you can kind of cruise into. It's like full on, bam, I'm here and let's go. Energy level needs to increase. The intensity level needs to increase. The urgency needs to increase. And it's almost chaotic, but it's fun and I love it. But I digress because I'm going to go back to a moment, what I'm thinking of right now. And I thought it'd be great for me to share this with you because I'm very inspired right now. So my intention is to hopefully inspire you. Long time ago, I was end up working with a salesperson and a customer, and it was in the final hours, and it was one of those final deals that we needed to close the month. We were in that, we were in the last 2 minutes. The pressure was on. This deal counted for a lot, and we needed to do everything the right way in order to make this deal, and we just worked it. But I could not make the deal. I couldn't go forward anymore. And I threw out the arsenal of different closes. I revisited opportunities. We brought the emotion back in. We used logic. We used reason. We did everything in our process and our system we could. And I've got a lot. I got a lot of knowledge on the subject, and I did everything I could. Even multiple attempts to come back and forth. But, very patient man that I was working with, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was almost 20 years ago. And I went up to my general manager after I didn't make the deal. And we were just passing each other in the hall. He was like, hey, what's going on with that deal? And I walked in, I said, you know what? His name's Brad Mugg. He's an owner-operator in Oregon. He's a great guy. Owns a Honda dealership out there. And just a great guy. Full of energy, always on the go, creates a great environment, and just one of the people that I've had the pleasure of working with. And he helped me specifically get into the training arena by giving me an opportunity to train and develop salespeople in his one of his dealerships a long time ago. I got a lot of respect for him, and he's a very, very great car guy and a very good person. So shout out to you, Brad, if you're listening. I don't know if you are or not, but I just really appreciate the time, the minute and moment you spent with me at that particular opportunity that we had. When he said this, he said, yeah, that's good that, you did everything, but you know what? I know that you're saying you did everything right, but we still didn't sell a car. So would you rather be right or would you rather sell a car? And for the longest time, that messed with my head. He's an ethical person. He doesn't want me to do anything wrong to sell this car or work with this customer. It wasn't that way. And in case you don't know it, I've been in the automobile industry for 25 years. I've worked with a lot of different salespeople. I've trained on process, created a process, reinvented a process, worked with some of the greats, spoke on some pretty good stages, trained a lot of people, managers and leadership across the country and in Canada. And after my fall from grace, I got back into the retail side of things, and I'm loving it, and things are going well, and I'm trying to create an impact. So here's where I'm at with this moment when I was with Brad a long time ago. It messed with me for the longest time because, yeah, I did everything right. I followed the book. Quite frankly, the book I written too, that this works most of the time, closing ratio for a reason, right? But what he meant was, and I finally get it now, you did everything right, but we still didn't sell a car. And that was important because where the challenge is when you sell something to somebody, you're helping them. When you close somebody, you're helping them. I get that. I understand that, and I know it. Maybe at the time it was just about the transaction. maybe going back 20 years, if I focused on the person, and I still believe to this day, the most important person in the room is your salesperson. Take care of that salesperson, train him, coach him, teach him, develop him ethically the right way so that he can be the problem solver, the solution to not only his customers, but his family. And I believe that wholeheartedly. That's in the world that I'm in the business world. That's me 100%. That's my world. So that moment, I'm realizing that maybe at the time, my heart wasn't into it. Maybe I was just worried about the transaction and I wasn't as concerned about the salesperson or as concerned about the customer's wants and needs. I don't know, but I'm thinking about that now as I'm going into my environment, and I'm asking myself as I'm going in, as I'm framing myself to get myself ready and amped up to handle another 14-hour day of being in the retail world and handling problems and creating solutions and working with people and trying to make them better. I'm asking myself right now, and I'm going to ask you the same question. This isn't a car podcast. This is about getting through adversity, learning how to solve your problems and accomplish your goals, and providing a better reality for yourself and the people around you. Basically, how to find your purpose, live and be happy. That's what is all through challenges. That's what this is about. So I ask myself as I'm driving in, what do I need to do today? What do I need to do right now to transition in from the problems of yesterday and to be the solution and create to move the needle, to ping that needle today like I didn't do yesterday. What do I need to do to be an impact player? What are those things? And I need to, work my head, and I need to actually go in there with my heart. Yeah, I'm angry about a lot of stuff right now. And if you're listening to this podcast and you work with me, I'm not angry at you. I'm just the solutions that we have provided for ourselves. We're not utilizing those tools, those opportunities to grow. In my organization, we know what they are. We know what the work is. The work is connecting with your customers the next day. The work is following a process that works tried and true to help the customers, to help the salespeople. It works. But when we do the every other, or when we think somebody else is going to do it, that's where we screw up. And that's what's happening. We're relying too heavily on one person to carry everything when it's a team effort. Some organizations don't believe that, but I do. I believe it's a full-on team effort. A team effort meaning multiple managers, multiple client advisor salespeople, multiple departments to take care of one customer in a quick manner. Because that customer, they're buying into you, but really what they're buying into the brand. And what's the brand? I work for BMW, I work for Mazda, I work for Volkswagen. Those are the three that I represent. I'm the general manager of all three of them. And I'm responsible for everything good and bad that goes on in those dealerships. And my point of bringing that up and talking so specifically at this minute is because customers' expectations are a lot higher than they used to be. And if we don't have our heart in it, if we don't genuinely want to take care of the customer, give them the information so they can have better options. And when they have better options, they can have better opportunities to buy your products or services. The more choices create better customers. And the more people involved create more choices. It's simple to me. And then following up just shows them that you really care about the time you spent together. So I've got to do my follow-up. I need them to do their follow-up. But more importantly is they have to do it with their heart, not just whatever, and lack the passion. You need to go in there with intensity, urgency, or better yet, go 4 or 5 podcasts ago, energy, excitement, enthusiasm, and engagement. I think that's the key to it. And I think that when you look at really successful people around and you look at that blueprint that I created, there's a reason I put that. I could make a blueprint with 100 steps on it. I chose these 5 because these are the 5 that helped me, because these were the most challenging for me. I mean, think about it. When you're down and out, do you have energy? No, but you need energy. So what do you have to do? You actually have to be aware of where you're currently at. I don't have any energy. So what's the fixable problem? I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to start breathing right. I'm going to start motion. Taking a step in the right direction, physically, literally, creates emotion. So if I create energy, excitement, enthusiasm, engagement from nothing, I've accomplished something. I applied that to the knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits that I talked about in my cash in that one step, and briefly introduced that as far as the blueprint goes. Wow, this is now we're cooking, man. I got the 4 E's, I got the cash system going, I've got my no comfort zone mindset, I got the RPM, I got my 7 effective steps to goal setting, and now I've got momentum, and that's the last part of the grid. And now I'm walking into, and I have momentum because as I'm talking to you right now, I have an opportunity to explode like a stick of dynamite with energy, excitement, premium level care, casual confidence, just a source of, I can help you. Let me get the door for you. Here we go. This is no big deal. I can help you solve your problems. And when I talk about problems, salesperson's got problems. He could sell something to somebody in an ethical way. Customer's got a problem. We can fill that need or want in an ethical way. And it works great. That's what's so great about being in the environment that I do. I get to solve personnel problems. I get to solve customer problems. And I get to create a really good opportunity for the owner to retire and live his life the way he wants to, because he's asked me to be a steward of his businesses. And I have a whole support team of upper management that can answer questions for me and point me in the right directions. And I have mentors like that guy, Brad Mugg, where I can pick up the phone and call him and be like, hey, Brad, I got a problem over here. The guy would bend over backwards to help me. And that's what's great about being in this industry. That's what's great about having problems, because I'm proving it to you right now that you've got solutions. What you need to do is the next right thing. The next right thing is frame yourself up the right way before you enter into your environment and be that hero to everybody else that they're counting on. Be humble, be caring, be genuine, and be authentic, and do what you have to do with your heart, and watch what will happen. So, do you want to be right? Or really, do you want to be successful? Let's be successful. Have a great day, and thanks for listening to my podcast.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at No Comfort Zone 1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.